Hello and welcome, gamers. This is my first commentated playthrough, and so if it's not really all that great, then guess we're not going to do this anymore. This game is Titan Quest Immortal Throne, and you've been watching me play Infinity, which I'm going to stop now, because if we're going to do something new, then let's try something new. And I never showed you the character creation in this game, which is one of my favorite parts of it. This is my character right here. We're going to create a new one. I'm going to call it... no, let's call it the Brigand. Because after all, that's what I am. I'm a Brigand. We're going to create... Alright, we're done.
One day, the sun will dim and spread a shadow over the earth. Temples, which have stood forever, will be destroyed. The heavens will vanish, and the gods will fall upon the earth. One day the weak will have power over the strong. The poets will stop singing and instead take up the sword. It is in these darkest times that the strongest of heroes are born.
And here we are, straight out of the womb. We're going to just appear out of nowhere, right? That's how it usually works. Yep, there we are. Ah, look at that. So where's the where's the skill selection? Where's the class selection, you ask? Well, we'll get there. Hello,
You
person.
there, soldier! If you've come looking for rest and peace, you won't find it here in Helos. Our village has recently been beset by satyrs and other vile beasts. The help of your fighting arm would be greatly appreciated.
Now I'm gonna have to pretend I've actually never played
farmers
this game
cannot get
before
to
for
their
your
fields
benefit.
and our
Just
supplies
clean
are
up
running
because you've actually watched me
Please,
play, and
go
I've
down the
played this
road
a million
toward the
times
village
before.
and help where you can.
Let's kill these. We don't need that. Look how beautiful this game is right from the get-go. Oh, you...
You must have been sent by the gods! Please,
Yes, because I've literally walked 5 feet from the entrance. What's this? Oh, there's a boar attacking a horse. Oh, here we go. Excellent. This is what I've always wanted.
You saved my horse! Thank you! But I'm not the only one in trouble. Down the road there, that's my village.
Okay,
Hilos.
good. 'Cause I thought he was
We've
gonna
got
ask me to
monsters at
save
the
something
gates,
else.
in the fields.
No, we're gonna use
They're everywhere.
a spear, and eventually we're gonna get pretty good at using the spear with this character. But at the lower levels, honestly, the best weapon is the torch. Spears are very, very slow.
Hello, I am Aeson, guard captain for this small village. We are holding up, but what's the use? If the monsters lay waste to our farms, we're lost all the same. It's that cursed shaman. Diomedes is tearing his hair out over it.
I'm gonna do my own sound effects. Clang, clang, bang, crash.
Hello,
Oh, yeah.
stranger. I'm Diomedes, the leader of this small village. Do you mean to say that you fought your way here? If that's true, then please, I beg of you, we need your help.
Yes, I fought my way here through an
Monsters
optional
led
encounter.
by a powerful satyr shaman appeared
Love his little
a few
triangle in
days
his head.
ago and have driven us from our farms. We can hardly defend the village gates and have no
I
one who
smack
can
you with the
stop
back of my
them
spear.
from destroying our crops. Our farmland lies on the other side of the river, just over this bridge. The shaman was last seen beyond the farms at the edge of the Helos woods. Please, rid us of this terrible sorcerer. We will pay you what we can.
I do like how there's little counters where the monsters will actually attack the guards. And it gives you kind of like a sense that something's going on right now. Now the spear's not that bad, it's just very slow. Yeah, it really is hard playing this as if I've never done this before. No, this game has it does randomly generate loot, but you generally will pick up things that these monsters are carrying. So if you're fighting guys who are wielding axes, you're gonna be picking up axes, and if you're fighting guys wielding bows, you're gonna generally pick up bows. What's really cool is that in some games kind of shied away from this, but if a monster has a really cool weapon, they'll actually be using that weapon. So if they have this epic bow of whatever, epic bow of epicness, as they say, you will see them wielding it. You will get hit really, really hard with it, and when you kill them, you will eventually be able to meet that sword with that weapon. Did I say bow? I meant bow. The epic bow of epicness. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Oh my goodness. Well, you're gonna see what death looks like. I can't believe I just died. There we go. There's a little fountain. You were wondering what that little whoosh sound was before. I can't believe it. So, it doesn't pull any punches, let's put it this way. The gameplay in the beginning is very relaxed. A little mellow, but I guess I got lulled into that a little too much. I just had to make it here. All these health potions. That's one for the books. These crows are beasts. I mean, they don't take much, but they dish out plenty. Alright, and here's our little, this is your character screen, this is your ragdoll. Armor goes here, shield, helmet, rings, necklaces, bracelets, whatnot. Since I'm playing it, these little things, orbs go here, artifacts, whatever they are. I'm going to put a little bit into strength, I'm going to put a little bit into dex. Strength increases our physical damage, dexterity increases our piercing damage. Since this is a spear, you can see here it does 25% of its damage as piercing. So the more damage we have, the more piercing damage we have, and of course the more dex we have, that increases our piercing damage as well. Piercing damage is very good because it requires its own resistance, and this is our skill selection screen. So we can go with Storm, Earth, Warfare, Spirit. This is the new expansion, Dream, Rogue, Hunting, Nature, and Defense. So we're going to be doing Hunting and Rogue eventually, but we're going to start off with Hunting because this is the spear pretty cool. And this is how it works. You put your points into this tree right here, and you unlock these other skills. So we're going to put 1 point here. We're going to unlock all of these skills, but wait, that's not it. That's not all. Now we have all these skills, and we have to unlock them as well. So we're going to put a point into this, which increases our defense and our attack speed with the spear, which is very good because the spear is, as I said, slow. And we're going to do this because it's nice. This is a charge kind of attack, and for somebody who's a melee character, you really want some kind of charge, any kind of charge really. And we're going to equip that right there on our right mouse button. You'll see how that works right now, actually. Oh, these guys are running away. Oh no, come back, come back, come back. I need to kill you. There we go. And it works just like that. Oh, that's the shaman. Crap. Run away from the shaman. Clean out the crew. We're gonna clean out his friends. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Oh, jeez. These guys do not mess around. This is a regeneration shrine, so as long as I kind of hang out next to it, I'll keep regenerating, but really, so I want to be next to it. What I can do is I can just avoid him for a little bit. Just kind of run around for a little bit. Hey, how you doing? And then charge him. Do a lot of damage. And then avoid him again. It's not really fun, is it? No, you want to see me fight him. We're gonna replace all this pretty soon. Just whoa. Club of. The irony of all of this is that you get all this stuff and you can't even use it. We don't need this. In fact, we don't really. We just need this. This would be nice. We have access to that. And what else we need is a shield. We desperately need a shield. I love this. Oh, too bright. Do that. It's creating a little path. These guys hit really hard. Disappear in a puff of feathers. I don't know if you can see it. I love just making waves in the grass. Just watching it sway. As the boars eat me alive.
You defeated the powerful shaman? Astounding! Your victory today is great. But I fear there will be more monsters tomorrow.
First they're telling me I'm a warrior.
At least there is enough of the
now they're
harvest left to
surprised
feed us all.
I don't know.
Take this gold. I know it's not much. Please seek out the Spartan general Leonidas. Petition him on my behalf.
Leonidas. Okay.
Ask him to send a few of his warriors to protect us, and quickly,
no,
before we are again overwhelmed.
If you're going out there, don't go unprepared. It is not safe. Buy what you need here.
Alright, so this is the trader guy.
Goodbye.
Trader.
Good morning, Fred.
Weapons. Bows and spears and staffs. I don't know why the spears in the ranged category. I guess because they wouldn't really fit with the melee category. Armor, shields, trinkets, swords, and this is where you can buy back whatever you sold.
Until
this
next
is new
time.
with the expansion. This is the caravan driver.
A good day
And
to
you can leave stuff here with him. You can also buy more expansion slots. Here's stuff that's already been left by my other characters. And actually what I'm gonna do is... Yep. I've actually left stuff for this character specifically, and we'll get to it. We will get to it. I'm just gonna pick it up now. No. And I think that's it, actually. Yep, gonna need those. I'm so thoughtful to myself. There we go. Oh, these two. Look at that. I'm gonna leave that.
Here I keep you.
these. We're gonna find a waypoint right there. It's pretty cool. It's like a Stargate. Whoa! And
We were leading our flocks home when a pack of satyrs attacked. By the gods,
look,
they
while I'm
grabbed
talking
Tellus
to you,
and dragged him into a roadside cave. The
our
road's
guards are being beat
unsafe.
up.
Nowhere is safe
Yeah,
anymore.
nowhere safe. Okay, now you want me to go find your brother? One thing I do love about it is like, there's this thing no one can kill. Can you kill us first, please? That's I guess that's standard fare for RPGs. You're proving that you're better than everybody else. Guess it wouldn't be fun if it wasn't. Let's prove that you're just as average as everybody else. In fact, let's prove that you're worse. What kind of RPG would that be? Making myself laugh thinking about it. I'm gonna go out there and show everybody how absolutely inept I am. Now, I see why people kind of don't do so well when they record these videos, because when I'm not talking, I'm focusing on the game. Now that I'm talking, I'm actually having a hard time focusing on what's going on. It's really weird. It's almost like I can't talk and play the game at the same time. Maybe I should just try chewing gum. That'll work. I hope they're thankful for this. I'm just gonna clean out this whole road. This whole camp, guys. Yeah, they can't. They can't take me. Now, shield's not gonna save my behind, but it's definitely gonna make things a little bit easier. And I don't really have any shield specific skills for this character. This is just gonna be pure spear damage, but you know, if I wanted to, I could just get better shields, and you know, that'll get as much as it gets. I will have high strength, so I will be using shields. I'll probably be using the best shields, but there really isn't going to be much I can do in terms of this character. Okay. I'm going to give some strength on there. Going to use this because it's better. Okay. Going to use this because it's better. Okay, don't need that. Alright, so what are we going to do here? Now, this is really the bread and butter of the hunting tree. This is one of the most important parts of it. These are all your buffs. So you have your chance to avoid projectiles, you have your movement increase, and your reduction to entrapment, and you have your pierce damage increase. So if we're going to be using a piercing weapon, we're going to be making a big deal out of the fact that we're using a piercing weapon. This is definitely the tree we want to be using. The other thing we want to get is volley, which is a very strange name, but you can use this with bows and with spears, and this gives you a chance to attack really quickly in succession several times, and definitely want that. And so we're going to want this skill as well, and this skill as well. We'll get to those when it's time. Right now we're just going to, I don't know, I just don't know. I think we're going to max this out right now. Yeah. This gives us a really big boost in terms of speed with our spears, and because these things are really slow. I mean, we're at a great disadvantage when fighting things like these dastardly crows. Let's see how much faster I'm attacking now. And that really makes all the difference. In the early levels, like you saw in my other playthroughs, if you were watching the other playthroughs, if you were not watching the other playthroughs, go ahead, take a break, go watch the other playthroughs. That until pretty much I pick up some of the skills that I really useful, like the AoE skills, characters, it's a little, the other character is very physically weak one-on-one, and can make. It can make getting through kind of slow, a little tedious, so. With the other character, as a caster, what we're going to do is we're going to try to decrease the amount of time it takes for his skills to regenerate. So he'll be able to cast more quickly the skills that he needs to survive. And this character is just going to need to improve the attack speed.
A human face. Good fortune finds me even in the darkest places of Greece. I believed I was counting my final hours.
Cool, we found the brother. Let's see, do we want this one or this one? Let's go with the strength. Yes? Yeah, see, get a little more damage. Don't need this, because our thing's pretty cool. Ooh, that's good. Love the lighting. Watch that. Watch these stalactites over here. I mean stalagmites. Stalagmites? Rock formations? Don't know. Yes, I'm still providing my own sound effects. Oh, and how much easier it is to kill these crows when you're attacking quickly. They almost don't seem threatening anymore, it's kind of disappear in a puff of feathers. Well, and die again, that would be even more embarrassing. I've done how many of this game? And I can usually get through the entire normal difficulty, which is what we're playing on right now, and not go down. Well, I guess we get our first death out of the way. Yeah, get off this guy. You know what, we're just gonna watch him for a while. What do you think will happen to him? Man, he's got a lot of hit points. Is that even hitting him? No? I don't know. That's the end of that. Oh, look at this.
Thank you. I was in a bit of a scrape there, I'll admit. Thank the god Hermes you came along.
Yes, thank Hermes. I've never even met the guy. Why are you thanking him? Yeah, really, why are you thanking him? What did he do? Sometimes when I play these games, it's kind of action RPGs, I feel like a janitor. Like I'm just kind of walking around, cleaning up somebody's mess. Like, stupid developer, with all these monsters in the way, and now I have to just clean them up. Left their bestiary laying around. And then you know what happens when these things drop all their items, you gotta pick them up too. We are definitely killing very quickly. Thanks to our wonderful gear that I've left so generously donated to my own character. How did I miss you guys? See what I mean? It's like, how did I miss you? I mean, I was looking for you. I must have been looking for them. What else was I doing? Can't wait for that. Fountain. Now this is where we regenerate, so if I embarrass myself again.
Traveler, please, you must assist me. A strange illness afflicts many in my town of Tegea, and I was sent to retrieve medicines. I have them in my cart, but now the pass ahead is held by satyrs, led by one of their fierce champions.
Wow. That's kind of scary. You want me to take care of it? I'm gonna go this way. Thanks for telling me, though. I can have. Oh, what? Uh-oh. Because I'd rather be doing skeletons than satyrs, right? Actually, I wouldn't, because skeletons are very, very resistant to my piercing damage. Let's see, what was I doing? 1 to here, 1, 2 here. On I go. 2 points for this, 1 point for this. Now we need 2 more points to unlock this next tier. We'll be getting... Oh, dilemma. Yeah, we'll be getting this. Just so you remember what we're going to be getting. I might forget. You have to remember. So when you're watching me through your screen, and I'm picking the wrong thing, you can yell through the screen. I will hear you. I promise, I will hear you. Yeah, this is almost... God, see the little red numbers? That means they're critting me. And holy cow. Yeah, those guys do not mess around. Birds do not mess around. You see birds, you don't have AoE, I'm sorry, you're screwed. Yes, thank you, health potion. Thank you very much, health potion. Nah. Kill his friends first. Gotta kill his friends first. Oh. Haha, your friends have abandoned you. You like that? Just like that bad. Not so tough without your friends.
The way is clear?
Yep.
Now I can make the journey
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Tegea.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to let you read that. Get the game, play it. You'll read it then. Can you even still get this game? I think you can probably get it on like Steam or something. Totally forgot I had that. Completely forgot. I made a huge deal about getting it because I need a charge. And I totally forget about it. Just slips my mind. It's okay, I'll remember tomorrow. I always say that. I'll remember tomorrow. Well, if I remember today, how am I going to remember it tomorrow? You don't have an answer, do you? Oh, Shrine of Experience. My favorite kind of shrine. Next to the skill and marker. I feel so lazy right now. I need to find some better armor for this guy because I am taking far too much punishment. Hey, really, it's so hard to talk and do stuff at the same time. No more experience, shrine no longer. Oh. Never gonna need it. So there's a color coding system for these monsters. White is normal. Yellow is enchanted or rare. No, enchanted. Probably the best way to put it. Then there are
I know it's
purple
dangerous.
monsters.
It was dark.
Purple
The monster
names
seized
are
my...
for monsters that are part of a quest. We're gonna see that pretty soon. Wow, I was supposed to let you read that too. Oh, I completely skipped my mind. You don't need to read it. It's not important, right? So basically the guy just asked me to get him a necklace, which he was going to use as a dowry for his daughter. How quaint. Ew, what are these things? Little monkeys. Little creepy monkeys. Here we go, here's a purple guy. So, Thieving Hieronymus. And there's a dowry necklace. So, we found it. You can actually find, you can actually come down here, find the dowry necklace without talking to him. And then you can come out, find that guy standing by the side of the road, give it to him, and he'll pretty much fulfill the quest that way. What did we do? We did strength dex last time, so just could do strength this time. Oh wow, I never did put this on. That looks so silly. What did we say we were gonna do? What's that I hear? Marksmanship. We don't need marksmanship. No, we're gonna do this one. There we go. And okay, so this is an aura. This is how auras work. I'm gonna equip that here out of the hunt. I'm gonna click on it. It's gonna take up a little bit of our mana bar, which is not very useful in the first place. Yet, it will become more useful later. And if you can look on your character, without it, no, about the same, huh? That's strange. I thought this would change. Oh. It's increasing our pierce damage. Maybe our pierce damage is just not high enough for us this incremental granular change to affect it. But it will be.
The necklace! Oh! May the goddess Hera bless you!
Oh man, don't scream in my ear. And I think this is a good place to kind of take a break. So, I'm going to take out these guys. And we can see up ahead we have a little rebirth fountain up ahead. So that's a good place to take a break.
The Spartan army. Yes, you'll find them just up the road. They've built a war camp there.
Oh, thank you very much, actually. So let me just stop right here. Welcome back, gamers. Last we left off, our intrepid hero, the Brigand, was looking for Spartans. And let's go find some Spartans. No. Here he is. Okay. We're about to embark on the Spartan road in search of some Spartans. Come on. Come on, Spartans. Come on, Spartans. Alright, so I listened to what I had recorded and I tried to pump up my microphone volume. So hopefully this will be a little bit louder now. But if the solution really is to talk louder, then I think I prefer that you listen to the dulcet sounds of my voice. Calm, relaxed melodies as I blithely slaughter my way through Greece. I do like how the main quest has progressed. First you start off with, ooh, save my horse, and then it's, please ask King Leonidas to send us some guards, because we're being attacked. Then we're going to get to King Leonidas, and then he's going to tell us, who are you, person? And somehow eventually we'll work our way to the Titan, Typhon, which is not really a spoiler, I guess, unless you're not paying attention. Huh. Oh. Run away. Yeah, skeletons are kind of hard for me. I think we talked about this being predominantly a piercing build. Skeletons are somewhat awkward for me to fight. So we're just gonna pick off the casters first. Usually what I find is if I'm faced with somebody who is just a caster, I'll try to take them out first, because those guys will do a lot of damage to you. But if I'm faced with somebody who some of the monsters give off auras, I like to take out their friends first, because while you're plinking away at the guy with the aura, his friends are beating the snot out of you. It's so nice. It's so nice, calm, and peaceful, isn't it? Yeah. Suddenly not so peaceful. Covered in feathers. I've been diseased and feathered. And it's actually the quest window, so you actually have two things. You have your main quest, which is these, and we finished all the stuff here. Now we're on to Spartans at War, and we have to find Leonidas in Sparta. And there's also the side quests, and those are the things like the Lost Dowry, the Brother, Monsters, Brigands, all that stuff. I'm not sure what all these skeletons have to do with the Spartan Road. But they're here, so that's what we're doing. And as you see, I have remembered to use my charge. Run away! Tactical retreat. Tactical retreat. Not running away. Tactically retreating. I guess. There's a lot for me to choose from right there. One bad choice. Oh. Yeah, this is where I actually wish I could bash with my shield. Once again, still providing my own sound effects. Don't need that. Don't really need any of this stuff. Like I said, I feel like I'm a janitor. I'm just picking up crap. Just picking up stuff developers left behind. Like they knew I was going to come here. Oh yeah, we're just going to leave it for the Brigand to pick up. The knife of destruction. That sounds really dangerous. And through the power of recording, 1 second has elapsed. I have done what I needed to do. Although it's taken me much longer than you will ever know. And that's why the charge is useful. Hey, look, I think these are Spartans. Yes, judging by their regalia, they are indeed Spartans.
General Leonidas. He's just ahead. But he doesn't speak with commoners who arrive uninvited.
Well, damn it. Is that him? Can I go talk to him?
Hold it there. No civilian gets in to see General Leonidas, especially when he's in a council of war. Well, look. A particularly savage centaur named Nessus has killed several of our farmers. He runs wild in the Pelena Valley. We don't have the men to send after it right now. Kill the beast, and I'll see you get to speak to Leonidas.
So the Spartans are inept as well. Very interesting. That's too bad. Here's some new mechanics. You can talk to all these people, they have stuff to say. Oh. I like that. I like watching that. There's just stuff going on. This guy will
All enchanting services right here.
enchant and disenchant. Now this is what you have a formula for an artifact, and you have to put the pieces, the ingredients in, and you get that artifact that you saw earlier. This is the altar of separation, so if you attach one of these, this is a charm. What you do is you combine these charms until you get a full. You can actually add them now to things like your armor or your weapons and stuff, but they have better effect if you combine them. So see there, now it's 4 armor. I'm pointing with my finger. You can't see that.
Thank you. Come again.
Yes, I'll come again. There's some more merchants over here.
I'm busy enough supplying the Spartans. Hurry, what do you want?
Oh, find it. You can have all of this stuff. I don't want any of it. Except this. I think I'll keep that.
Thank you for not loitering.
You're welcome. Thank you for speaking in brief sentences.
You can store your goods with me.
Yeah, it's actually really frustrating. Is that they don't have these guys, merchant, caravan guys. So, yeah, 2 is 4 armor, 3 is 6 armor, and put them together. Get 10 armor plus, 8% pierce resistance. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna put that. I wanted to illustrate my point, and put all this stuff together. Yeah, as I was saying, these trade caravan guys are not in every town, so you have to hop around a little bit sometimes.
Here I keep you.
This guy's annoying. Where shall Hera keep you? Is what I want to know. Where shall she keep you?
If I look worried, it's because Hippias, an ancient of war and father figure to me, wandered off into the valley this morning and has not come back. He is getting old and thinks he still has his former strength and speed.
Another inept soldier I have to rescue. Fantastic. Let's go this. Why am I going this way? Let's go back to the whole, it's hard for me to play the game as if I've never played this before. Theme? Yes, it does. Okay, so, you know, we saw that fight going on before. Let's just go find out what that was all about. Well, it looks like they've taken care of things. And they left me these chests. How nice of them. Hey, hey, come back here. Come over here. Nicely done. None of this stuff is interesting. I think identifying this game, so you can tell if something is good or not. Usually, by just looking at it on the ground, you can tell by the prefixes and suffixes what everything is. Stab. What's funny is you can stab these stab these things. A couple of times I was standing here stabbing at the dummies while monsters were hitting at me. I'm like, why is nothing dying? Genius. Okay, so we did this. And now we're going to do one of these, and we're going to pump the rest into the tree. We really want to get up to here, and that's going to be a long slog. It's going to be a long slog up to 24. I'll tell you that much. But herbal remedy. Myself. And this increases my health regeneration, so it's kind of like a health potion, and at higher levels it regenerates more, of course. So you can get a buff pretty much that's kind of like being under the effects of a health potion most of the time. As you can tell, this is not actually Sparta. I mean, King Leonidas doesn't live in a tent, so this is the Spartans, and they're kind of out in a camp somewhere. Obviously, something's going on here. These little satyr war bands have really popped up all over the place, making our egress more difficult. Holy God. Alright, maybe we'll find this. Maybe we will find our friend, or the old Hippias. Where is the old Hippias? I just don't feel like leaving this little zone yet, because I know that the guy, the big boss at the end of this is stress-inducing. One. Not all that much fun, actually. I mean, again, there's not really much I can do in terms of. Hey, who's this? Is that the old Hippias?
I was taking a morning stroll when I came across these monsters. When I was done with them, I thought I would rest a while.
Badass. He's so badass. He just leaves all their stuff here. Oh, those nets are annoying. So you think you can reach something and you can't. You just stab it. Air. Oh. Haha. Psych. Yeah, so there really isn't much I can do. So it kind of boils down to me standing there whacking at him to him standing there whacking at me, and so it's not riveting television, let's put it that way. You know, there's no cost to a town portal. Why am I walking? Now that I've gone all this way. No, no, no. Town portal. Don't have to collect 5,000 town portal scrolls. Figure out where to keep them. Just town portal. Yes, it makes perfect sense. In the land of ancient Greece. Everybody had town portals in the land of ancient Greece. Didn't you know that?
What?
What? Yeah. What? This somehow news to you, yes? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Clang, 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 clang.
Bye.
Yeah. See you later. That's actually it, I think. No, no, it's not it. I'll do it later. Yeah. There is big bad guy. Oh, oh, oh. Whack. I like killing his friends first, because they will hit you. They'll hit you pretty hard. And he will call more friends, so The only good thing is that his swing is really slow. So you can get away with kind of just running around him. That's pretty cute, little traps. See, I can't really do anything to him. All I can do is hit him, then run away. I'm not really hurting him. Whack. I mean, I could just continue to rinse and repeat, but that'll just make things take, 10, 20 times longer. Once he runs out of power, he really doesn't do much other than swing. So that works towards my advantage. Centaur Curious. 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 Well, it fit. I don't know what they touted this zoom in view. Nice. It doesn't really do anything for me, to be honest with you, and you can't really play in it because it's too constrictive and it's really hard to walk. See what I'm doing? It's really hard to walk this way.
You can't hold anymore.
No, you can't hold anymore. Aha! Painted straight bow. I tend not to pick up bows. There are very few good bows in this game. So there's no point. They take up a lot of space, they're not worth the money, so why bother?
You again.
They probably spend more time watching me figure out if I want to sell something or not than actually playing.
Goodbye.
Yes, goodbye.
Hippias was okay?
Yes.
Just standing
No,
there.
he was sitting actually.
Well, I should have known better than to worry about old Hippias. Here.
You should have known better. You sent me out there. Wasting my time.
So, you killed it. Well, I have to say, I didn't think you would. You're no Spartan. Speak with the general if you must. Be quick. Leonidas is a busy man.
No, I'm no Spartan. That's why I was able to kill him. You guys are too busy sitting around here.
So you're the one who brought the centaur down. I thought only a Spartan warrior could accomplish such a feat. So you are here on Diomedes' behalf. Very well.
That's really awkward.
I will send a few of my men to defend his village. This isn't the first petition I've received requesting assistance. These beasts are everywhere now, and the lazy citizens who mocked Spartan discipline now whine for our help. No matter. Those creatures will regret the day they dared to step on Spartan soil. You must journey to the Oracle of Delphi. She will know where these monsters come from. I'd send a Spartan warrior, but I need all of them for battle. Go to Megara and find my old friend Timon. He can help you acquire a proper offering for the Oracle. Young warrior, remember, bravery is not born, it is made.
He's pretty brutal. Well, then he's King Leonidas. And I'm not making any jokes. Oh, one cool thing is he updates the quest log, go to the Oracle of Delphi. I get another point, which I will just spend pumping this up. I feel like I've wasted it. Buyer's remorse, immediately. Is that Timon? No, I don't know who you are. So satisfying. Did I miss something? No, I didn't miss anything. Yeah, hey. What's this? It's nothing. Kind of expected something to be here. Yeah, just killing insects. Exterminating. Very eerie. Spiders in a cave. Very eerie. Spiders in a cave. Oh no. Ooh. And dark. It's night. Usually dark at night. I find it is usually dark at night. Yeah, I really don't get the zoomed in thing. I guess you could look at your character and that's nice, but you can look at your character in your inventory screen if you want to see what he looks like. What is the purpose of having me zoom in if pretty much I'm going to play the game zoomed out all the time anyway? Yeah, there's really not much going on right now. I'm kind of in this space between interesting things happening. Sort of limbo, if you will. Oh, let's see how many guys we take on at once. Die, all of you. Faster, die, faster please, thank you. That's why we charge. That's right, it works just like that. I don't know, it never gets old. Something about this game never gets old. Oh, come on. No? Yes. Do I really want it? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. We need all the defensive ability we could possibly get. This character's gonna, I mean, aside from the pure raw power of the spear damage, we're also actually working on, there's a lot more stuff than I thought was gonna come out of there. We're also working on our defensive ability. So if I was playing a one of my favorite hoplite build, and that would be a different a combination of hunting and defense. I think it's called a warden. Warden, I think it's called. Is the class mix? I would be wielding a shield, and I would have actual skills for the shield. I would have lots of power on my spear, but more importantly, my defense and my armor absorption and all that, and my ability to block with the shield would all be very much improved. And you'd effectively be like a Spartan warrior. You'd be all about the shield and the spear. Now this, another one? There's like 100 of them. Now this build is slightly more DPS oriented and less defense oriented. No, I'm not talking right now. I don't want to die again. No. Oh. This is good. This is a thorn shrine, so whatever they hit me with, they're gonna get hit right back with, except for these archer guys. I guess I kind of missed the boat. The ones it would affect. Oh, brilliant. Again, you want that charge. You want to be able to get into the ranks of the archers quickly. Ouch. Ouch. Sepulcher. You know, when you open a sepulcher, things just come flying out of them. Dead bodies, skeletons.
Your inventory is full.
No, no, your inventory's full. None of this is really exciting. None of it's riveting and making me go, ooh, I want to put that on, except that maybe. Alleviating crude, whatever. I think you're tired of watching me go back to town and sell. Oh, my goodness. Let me chuck these. That was actually nice. That's a nice little upgrade. Not losing any armor. And at the same time we're gaining some pierce resistance, which is huge because these guys, these are piercing guys. Hey. Oh. Yeah. Oh. This is the guy with the fire aura. So he gives all of his friends fire damage. And you can actually get that yourself if you spec into the... Oh, come on. You spec into the Earth Mastery, you can get fire aura and little lava thingies and all sorts of neat stuff. That was one of my first characters. You can get an Earth Elemental to come around. Actually, a Fire Elemental to come around and follow you. And he's pretty cool. So yeah, this isn't just a melee game. This is, you can do all sorts of neat stuff in it. Perhaps one day I will show you one of my many other classes which I do not play because I'm too busy rolling alts. It's so pretty. I say that as I stab the boar in the ass. It's such a pretty game, Smack. Everything's so beautiful and peaceful. Look at that. Trees, they just kind of sway gently in the breeze. Ah, I do like that. I like that they're not stiff, they're not wooden. They actually have a life to them. It feels organic. It feels like I'm in a living world. And I know that this game doesn't have random maps. But it's such a long game. You're not gonna remember. You really not gonna remember all of it. It doesn't matter because it's just. It's so nice to walk through. One problem I have with another, like Fallout, beautiful game. Well, actually kind of depressing, so not all that beautiful, but I have a problem replaying it because the quests get in the way. There's, you know, you kind of like, I did that quest already, and you have to go there and find this, and come back and do this, and you know, it's hard to solve puzzles the second time. The same kind of enthusiasm. But there's no solving puzzles here. This is pure hack and slash. So you could just kind of approach it with the same glee, like that. The same glee of just, I'm gonna kill a monster. I'm gonna come in here and just poof, disappeared. No beaks, no claws, just feathers. I will miss the fact that I don't really have any kind of AoEs in this character. I'm not gonna have anything that... Okay. I'm not gonna have really anything that makes short work of multiple enemies, so... Gonna have to do every single one of them individually. Oh, now it's a reinforced helm of agility. Oh, I see. Is it any good? No. No, it's not. It's not any good. You know, ever since I applied the fan patch, I'm noticing a distinct lack of formulas dropping. I don't know if that's maybe because I'm still at the low levels, but ooh. Ooh. The blood.
You can't hold
Oh,
anymore.
come on, make room. Can't do this to me, no. No, I must have the bloodletter. What is it?
You can't hold anymore.
Ooh, it's a spear. Yes? A spear? It's not like a staff or something. It is a spear. Oh. Ooh. Let's watch. Yes. Yes, I think that's different. Chuck. Teehee. Maybe you can even rewind and see if you can spot the spear on the enemy. I'm just gonna tag you, and then I'm gonna watch as you bleed to death. Is there enough helms? Just the level where all the helms drop? Eh. Whoa, spider people. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Oh. Again, I forget about things in this. Later on, it's going to last a lot longer than... Is it 2 minutes now? 3 minutes? That's the thing, it lasts 3 minutes, so it's long enough for me to forget that it's there. Yet, not long enough to actually stay. For a useful period of time. part that really stinks about these guys. They drop things like arachnid helm. And there's no suffixes or prefixes on it, so I have no idea if it's any good. I just know that it's dropped. It's good, but I don't need it. Nope, you. Oh, these guys are rich. Untold treasures. Yes, nobody talks about them because they're not all that great.
You can't carry
I don't really
anymore.
want to carry anymore. Oh,
You can't carry anymore.
Oh, that was it? Very well. I will return to the slaying of satyrs. Resign myself. To slaughtering just the minor folklore beasts. Where are they? Oh, they're all dead. How am I supposed to kill them if they're all dead? Nope, still dead.
The water by our village has gone foul. It happened just the day before last, after the first
Look,
satyr
stop
was
peeing in
spotted.
it.
My sister got sick, and then my
Don't
neighbor.
bathe in the water. Don't bathe and poo where you drink.
I used to sell plows and scythes to farmers, but since the monsters, it's been swords and shields, greaves and spears.
Well, don't really care about either one, honestly. I no longer need this. No. I don't really need this. I've got like 3 more.
Farewell.
Yes, you too. See, I've forgotten about it already. Come on. And it doesn't really have any effect in the early levels to... It's noticeable. It's really hard to notice it. It almost feels like it's just not worth doing. Water's pretty. Ooh, who's this?
Mortal, I am a naiad, the spirit of this spring. Pagea I am called. My water has been tainted and I am ill. Vile spiders have come to dwell in a cave by my water's source. They are the cause.
And you can do nothing about this. Forget it. Forget I asked. There's no point in being. It's fun as an exercise, but practically speaking, it doesn't do you any good. I'm gonna leave the staff here. I don't really pick up staffs for the most part unless I really need it. And since I don't really play casters, I don't really need it. They don't provide you with any extra value when you sell them, and they take up an exorbitant amount of room, so why bother? Why bother? Yes! I knew you could do it. Later. Don't worry about it. Just put points in that. Yeah, we're gonna unlock this, and we're gonna unlock this, and this, and then we'll do the second one. See, we'll do. I can show you Rogue right now. It won't actually stick. I can show it to you. No, I don't want to. Going to be stingy. I don't want to. My coffee's cold. Yuck. Cold coffee.
If you're going out there, don't go unprepared. It is
No,
not
it's
safe.
not.
Buy what you need here. We shall see you again, I hope.
I'll hold your
Let's see.
things
Is
for
this,
you.
which one's better? Wow, this is tough. I'm just gonna put that there. Level 9, right? Okay. Need more strength. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Lift off. Lift off. Yeah. It's a little slower, but a little more DPS. No! It's less DPS. It's more per hit. I don't know. What should I do? Help a brother out. Yeah, it's the shield. There we go. Alright, so I just did a whole bunch of... That was pointless. That was completely pointless. Here we go. Hecate's Crescent. This is nice. Increases my energy. Gives me more intelligence. Energy regeneration. It's all really nice. Lightning damage. And some chance of stun. This is really cool too. This is one of the more powerful ones. Valor of Achilles. Attack speed. Damage. More attack speed. I put this on a good green weapon and you have yourself a ball game. And this is for shields. Archimedes is mirror and it gives you a chance to reflect a whole bunch of the damage. I'm not going to put that on, but it's pretty neat. Now I would be using this. This is a really nice shield. But I have this one. Yeah, that's really nice too.
Your goods are safe with me.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. So next level is when I get to deck myself out. Oh, yes, battle marker. Yeah, we're gonna skip all this stuff now, since we have the battle marker. We're just gonna straight for the end. Go away. Go away. I shall taunt you a second time. Or go away, or you shall be dead before I have a chance to taunt you a second time. That might actually be better than the blue I have. I mean, look at all this stuff. Is any of it useful? I don't know. I really don't know. Chitin, maybe. Again, I'm gonna replace all this stuff, and by next level, all I can do is hope that whatever I pick up will be marginally better than what I currently have. Oh, I thought it was Boo. I thought it was a spear. Oh. Nope. Yeah, ooh. Ooh. Okay. Looks crazy too, look at that. So I'm wearing one of these spiders on me. A little creepy. Little creepy. Much like Santa Claus. A little creepy. I mean, if you told a little kid, there's a bearded man, and he knows when you're sleeping, and he knows when you're awake, that's a little creepy. You don't think that's a little creepy? Alright, now that I have the DPS right now, so I'm kind of not really worried about anything. My gear is going to be coming in soon, so I'm not really worried about picking this stuff up. I do want to pick things up just because we will be needing the money. You will need the money at some point. You're going to find something that's really nice on a vendor, or you're going to need to put together one of those artifacts, and it does cost cash, so you do need the money. You don't want to shirk the money.
You have cleansed the poison from the cave. My waters will run clear and clean again.
Okay. She gave me some health and some experience. Yum. Okay, why am I running so slow all of a sudden? What is going on? There's no reason for this. Except that it probably just completely filled up my hard drive. Slow.
Thanks to you, the spring is clean and good for drinking. All in the village will be grateful.
Alright, you're welcome. Welcome back, gamers. I'm not feeling too well, but I'm doing this anyway because it's fun. And what I was thinking was, I have so many little Immortal Throne children that it's no fun just doing one character. So I thought maybe I'll take him, and I'll get through another part with him until I catch up to one of the other characters, and then I'll switch. And we'll just keep going back and forth. We'll keep switching every so often, so you can see the other parts, you can see the other skills, and you can see how other combinations work together. I like this guy for now. And I did promise that we would see. Oh, I don't need that. I promised that we would see how the gear that I left behind for him looked, or at least see how he behaves in it. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm all nasally and congested, and such is life. It's that weather. It's too warm for February. Too cold for March, I guess. Oh, we got some interesting stuff coming up here. Tag them all. Tag them. Tag. 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 Tag, you're it. Tag, you're it. What are those sounds they're making? Oh well. Oh god, more undead. Gracious. This is not working out in my favor. No, no, this is not working out in my favor. Yes? Yes? There you are. Apparently it's a reach problem. Or a comprehension problem. If you just take 2 steps over here. Just stuff, I guess. Just random stuff laying about. One would assume that there was once a fisherman attached to that boat. I'm just starting to notice how annoying that horn is in the background. It's like a howl. Ooh, what's this? Who cares? I'm picking it up anyway, right? I'll find out what it is later. No time now. Monsters are afoot. .99% of all the stuff you find here is completely complete and utter crap. They must have resurrected Hitchcock for this. Damn birds. Nope, traps. Did you hear that click? That was the trap. Oh, click, trap. Too bad the traps don't work on the on the enemies, because that would actually be a lot of fun. Triggering the traps and then watching all the skeletons die in them. That'd be a nice touch. I have the snifflies. I dislike the snifflies. I don't know, do you want to watch it up close? Is it more fun up close? Does zooming in and out make you nauseous? Picked up some white stuff. There you are. Yeah, don't need that. I'm actually kind of happy with slight zoom in, but not too much zoom in. Poof. Would it be wrong to call them poofters? Just go poof. Oh my goodness. I was just playing Infinity a little bit, so I wanted to move him to another part of the act, and this would have taken no time on him, because of all the AoEs that he has. There's absolutely no time. He would have gone down in one fell swoop. The only thing is, I don't know how that translates into the later difficulties. I mean, it doesn't. It really doesn't. Once the enemies have more hit points and they start piling on the resistances, it becomes considerably more difficult. Puff, puff. Scraw, die. Why do I pick up all this crap? Nope. Zooming in, not working. Never did understand it. It's nice. I have a feeling later on, most of this will be going when I'm in these camps. I'm gonna have to try to isolate and kill things individually. But I will also have other tricks up my sleeve, so don't worry,